Hey guys, welcome back to another video, guys. It's your boy, it's Giorgino. Hope you're all having a fantastic day, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening. Over here where I am, it's afternoon, it's 3 p.m. The weather, it's not as good, it's quite cloudy. Nevertheless, welcome to another live stream here at Pocket Broker. And today we are going to be trading the Bollinger Bands, the Bollinger Bounce Battle, however you would like to say it. So I know that a lot of you enjoyed the last video with the Bollinger Bands. So here we are. We're going to do something very, very similar. Hopefully it's going to be another winning video live here with you guys. Thank you very much for joining. Ahmad, Yusuf, welcome, my brother. Ediga, welcome, everyone. As usual, guys, sorry about that. Stay tuned because I will also share with you a 100% deposit bonus during this live stream. So make sure you stick around because that bonus is going to be shared right here on the video. Here we are, guys. This is the Pocket Broker platform. And how we're going to be trading today, we're going to be using two specific technical indicators. And they are the Bollinger Bands, and I'm going to also combine it with the RSI. Now, the RSI is mostly basically to give me that extra confirmation, that extra boost, extra confidence for me when I'm going to be placing the trade. Now, let's go to the indicators because, of course, I'm going to change the settings because take a look at the Bollinger Bands, guys. I mean, it looks ridiculous by default. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to change that to period 20 and deviation 2. Now, I also would like to change this to make it, sorry about that, background. I would like to make it white. This one, let's make it 2. And perhaps we can make this, you know what? Let's keep it at this turquoise color. So on the RSI, we're going to keep the settings 14, even though I can change it to 7, but we'll see how that goes. The main line, let's make it 3. All the other ones, we will make them, this one I will make white, and this one I will make 2. And here we are. You know what? I'm going to make it purple. The main line, yes, that's it. That looks much better. So now, how we're going to be trading? Well, quite simple. First of all, I'm going to be using a 1-minute candlestick time frame, and my expiration needs to be at least 2 minutes. We're going to stick at 2 minutes because I know that we don't have much time on this live stream, but I'm going to be trading 1-minute candlestick time frame and a 2-minute expiration time. Now, of course, guys, make sure that if these settings don't work for you, make sure that you also experiment with it. So if you want to use 1-minute expire time, try 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, maybe even 4. That depends solely on you. Now, I'm going to be pretending that my budget now is $1,000 and I do not want to risk per trade 1 to 2%. Now, 1 to 2% is around $20. So I'm going to be trading $20 per trade. Now, because we're trading OTC, guys, you already know this. We are trading weekends. Pocket Broker gives us the opportunity to trade on the weekends. We have the OTC currency pairs, which allow us to trade on the weekends, where we do not care about the market events because there are no market events during the weekends. And there is no market event that can technically shake those currency pairs and, create that very strong volatility, which can actually affect our strategy, specifically if we're using technical indicators. Now, I'm going to be, of course, looking at the highest payouts, which is 92%. So I'm going to be highlighting some of these currency pairs that are on 92%. While I do that, guys, I'd love to know, what did you guys think of my previous video? I did walk out with profits. We've done that together. Did you guys enjoy that? I know I did have some very nice positive comments from you, but I would like to know if you guys have tried the strategy and if that perhaps worked out for you. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. I'd very much appreciate that. So let's start. Okay, 90%. No, let's stick on 92%. Here we are. All right. So let's now, the important thing about trading with this particular strategy is that there are technically two ways to trade this. If I'm going to be using the correct way, it should be I need to be trading on a ranging market. It means that if there's volatility, the Bollinger Bands might give me false signals. Therefore, I'm going to try to trade, or the best way to trade this is in a ranging market, not when there is volatility, not when we have a clear trend, whether to the upside or to the downside. Now, if there is a trend to the upside or to the downside, I need to analyze it and make sure that the price is technically respecting the Bollinger Bands, so I can actually place a trade when the price is following the trend correctly. I will show that if that happens during the stream. So let's look at some of these currency pairs. All right, like I said, it's better to trade when the market is ranging, because we can actually see the price action to actually respect those bands, the upper bands, the lower bands, and therefore once we see those bands either being pierced, that's a signal that, you know what, it could be a time for a reversal. But the best part would be if we have a pierce to the upside of the upper band or the lower band, we need to see that wick. And that wick needs to be the one that basically gives us a signal that, you know what, a correction or a change in direction might happen in combination with my RSI, as you can see here. That would be the best case scenario when to place a trade, just like what happened here. Green, 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 right? So we don't know when that green is going to end. But then you see a red candle with a big wick telling me what? Market has become weak to the upside. Sellers are pushing the buyers to the downside. Therefore, if I had opened a trade here along with my RSI already screaming overbought, means I would have won the trade. And that is exactly what I'm trying to look for. So, of course, it's not always going to be perfect, just like what happened here. But remember, guys, it's very important. These are the best case scenarios when to place a trade. Gives you more confirmation, more confidence to place and enter the trade. And hopefully, of course, make it right. Now, this is an example of an uptrend, right? And I told you, if I'm going to use the Bollinger Bands along with the RSI, the best case is when the market is trending. When the market is ranging. However, here we have a clear uptrend, right? Remember what I told you. If there's an uptrend, we can't really trust the RSI or the Bollinger Bands. And look at this. Look how many times it's been telling me, you know what, overbought. But what did the market do? Kept going higher because we have a clear trend. Price is moving to the upside. So if I were going to place a trade here, I would only place a trade disregarding technically the reversal when the price hits the top. But because I want to trade with the trend is my friend. Remember that. If that price comes and tests the middle line over here, the moving average, then I would actually place a buy trade. Until then, I keep hunting. So this is kind of a choppy market, so I'm going to try to avoid that. Ranging. All right, what do we have here? Look at that. You see that rejection? And then boom, boom, to the downside. Another important thing for those of you who don't know, do you realize that the Bollinger Band sometimes, expands, as you can see here, and sometimes it comes together. For those of you who don't know, when the markets come together, it means the volatility is to the downside. There's not much volatility. When there is expansion, it means there's higher volatility, or it means that we are trending. That is a reason also for you to keep in the back of your mind when you're actually going to be trading, whether you want to avoid trading when the market is trending or you want to trade only when there's ranging. Keep that in the back of your mind. Artwell, welcome Artwell. He says, hi, does the Bollinger Band settings you are currently using also work perfectly for a 5 minutes time frame? You mean a 5 minute candlestick time frame or a 5 minute expiration time? Regardless, The settings of my Bollinger Bands, yes, they should work also on a 5-minute candlestick time frame as well. But keep in mind, if you're going to do that, make sure that you also adjust the expiration time. So what do we have here? We do see that we had an expansion, and now we see that it's coming together. Means that the volatility is shrinking, the volatility is becoming a lot weaker. So this could be a good sign for the market to be ranging for now, which means what? If we have a test over here, we have a wick as well, a red wick here would be even perfect. Sorry, a green wick would be perfect. That means that the price needs to come below, break this lower band, and then we see a push from the buyers to the upside and close above the opening price. That is going to turn into green. Nevertheless, let's see what is happening here. Would we get our entry price here? Our RSI is not exactly oversold. We are quite far from oversold, but I do see that we are coming close to this lower band. We do have some kind of support here, which is actually also good. But I want to see if we might touch this lower band, maybe create some kind of wick for me to, to gain more confidence that, what, we might see some kind of reversal and place my trade to the upside. And of course, I do see a green candle now, which turned into red. Markets can be unpredictable, as you know. There is no pierce. The only pierce that happened was here, and it was a beautiful rejection. I mean, if you'd place your trade even here, you would have won already. Nevertheless, we might be going higher. So let me keep searching or hunting, or no? I do see some rejections here, so the price might bounce already from here. That is why we call it the Bollinger Bounce battle, because it's about the price bouncing, whether bouncing from the top to the downside or from the downside to the upside. This, yeah, it could have been an entry point, even though our side does not agree that we're exactly oversold, and I don't blame it because there's not a lot of confirmation going on. So what we can do, let's keep hunting, guys. Clear downtrend. We've seen that the price tested this line here and then to the downside, tested to the downside, tested, and I'm assuming to the downside again. So I could place a sell trade here, but if I were gonna follow exactly this pattern that we're talking about, I'd like to be more conservative. So I'm not just gonna trade based on my intuition, but based on what I see and based on the strategy. Okay, we do have some kind of ranging market, but far away from the bands. This is breaking to the upside, but clearly, all right, the trend is to the upside. We can see that pull back to the upside. So this is quite risky if I'm going to use this strategy here. And also remember, guys, whatever strategy you're using, it's important to understand that you need to wait for the market to come to you. Don't run after the markets, because that is when you might let your, emotions take over you. Guys, I see an uptrend and I do not like to trade against the trend, even though this could be a sell signal over here. My RSI is already showing me overbought. I do see a big wick. I do see a red candle. We could place a sell trade. You know what? I'm going to place it, even though this is risky. And I'll tell you why. Actually, I believe I already explained why. We are in an uptrend. And I told you many times, I do not like to trade against the trend. I'm always with the trend. Now, yes, there is a resistance over here, but again, there is no guarantees, guys. I usually always avoid to trade against the trend. I did now place my trade here based on the resistance right over here, based on this wick over here, based on this red candle over here, and the RSI. Nevertheless, let's see. It looks like it's going to attempt to break again to the upside. If not, we might see some kind of rejection, some movement to the downside, consolidation, before again an attempt to the upside. If these 10 seconds close red, that will be great. If not, we are looking at perhaps a losing first trade on our session. All right, I do see wicks from the up and to the down, which means we have a mix signal over here. It could go either way, whether to the upside, whether to the downside. All right. We are very close at the opening price. Price is undecided. Guys, if you enjoy these videos, if you enjoy these videos in general, guys, I'd very much appreciate if you leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of those videos. If you enjoy them, I'd very much like to know. And of course, let me know what you would like to see in the future. I'll do my best to provide you with the best content available for options. All right, guys, the price is attempting once again to break to the upside. We can also see the expansion here of the Bollinger Bands, which means what? Price is moving to the upside. There's a trend moving or going to the upside. So clearly that was, I would like to say a mistake because I feel that it was a mistake. I trade based on an impulse, which is a mistake. Nevertheless, first trade of the day, it is unsuccessful. But nevertheless, guys, what do I see here? I do not see a break. This was nice. This could also have been a good one. But what do we have here? All right, I do see some kind of support here. I do like what I see. My RSI is at minus 39, minus 40%. Would have been better if it was at 35% at least. 35% and lower means that we are already over sold. So that will be a good entry to move to the upside. All right, let's see what do we have here. All right, take a look at this, guys. We are breaking below this band. If I see a move to the upside, we still have 10 seconds to go. That will be a good entry point, but let's see. Now, the overall trend, there's not really much of an overall trend here. I do think that we are going to go a little bit higher, and I'm going to open a buy trade. My RSI is at 40%, which is not bad. Like I said earlier, 35 would have been the perfect entry point, but I do see my wick here. Do you see it? You see that? That is what I wanted to catch. It's like, when you're fishing and you're catching a nice fish and you're like, ooh, that's it. That's what I want. Then you try to put it and hopefully, the fish stays on the on the stick. You don't want to lose it. Nevertheless, guys, this is kind of, I don't know if it's a weird explanation of what I'm trying to tell you here. Nevertheless, we putting $20 down, guys, to return $38.40, technically $18.40, which is a great profitability in just 120 seconds. Look at this push to the upside. Perfect entry, guys. Look at this bullish candle. I mean, the chances of now things going wrong, they're very, very, very slim. So this is kind of a textbook entry. This is perfect. It's going very smoothly. So I'm very confident about this trade. So if you find a good, ranging market like this one, you can keep in that range until, of course, you see a breakout and then it's all gone. That range is going to become, make new highs, or a new trend is going to form, so on and so forth. If you're using Artwell is asking a very good question. If you're using a minute 5 candlestick, so he's asking if I'm on a 5-minute candlestick pattern, what is the recommended trade expiration time? So what I usually say, or what I usually do, is I times my candlestick time frame by 2 to 3 times. So if you're going to use a 5-minute candlestick time frame, you should be using around 10-minute expiration time. So again, experiment with that. Try and see how that works for you. There it is, guys. Our first trade of the day. We are technically even, or to be honest, if you want to use maths, I'm minus $1.60 at this particular moment, which is a good start. 1 win, 1 loss. 92% is great. So this is really good because from here until here, we're kind of in an uptrend, but overall, it's not really an uptrend. So if I were to place a trade here, again, if the price would come back down here, I would place another buy trade, and if it goes even all the way up here, I could also place a sell trade. But until then, do I stay here? Do I keep looking for better entries? Let's keep looking. You never know. We might find something along the way. Another important thing that I forgot to mention, if you see something like this, you see this? It's not a perfect example, but the perfect example would have been if you see a lot of red candles following this lower band. I call this a waterfall, just like this one, a waterfall. or steps, or whatever you want to call that. When this happens, don't try to catch, let's say, a falling knife, because that is not you won't know exactly when the reversal is going to happen unless you see a very strong support line, a lot of continuation, a lot of price, a lot of multiple times of price testing that specific support and bouncing again. Therefore, I avoid this. Okay, do see some kind of downtrend from here to here. So if I were going to place a trade, I will wait for this price to at least come to the upper band, do what it did here or here, and place a sell trade. Because I'm not only following my strategy, but I'm actually having also the trend to help me with the direction. So if you want to have a higher confirmation, a higher probability, I would like to say, because there's nothing guaranteed, guys, right? So if you want to, increase the chances, I'll say that if you want to increase your chance of getting more of a successful trade, go with the trend, and of course, follow your strategy. Till then, what do we have here? we're not nearly there. Still far away from that. Okay. What do we see here? What do we see here? Now it's very important. The price cannot. I would prefer if it doesn't go any more further up, because if it does, these bands over here are going to expand, which means volatility, which means could be a new trend direction, and we do not want that. We need a push to the downside. RSI is already showing me kind of, well, it's actually overbought. Now I do not see a wick, right? But these things, of course, tend to happen. There is no wick here, and then it changed. It bounced to the downside. So it doesn't mean that the trend might not change again, just for this short-term period. So I would like to wait in this case. I mean, I'm just going to do this for the sake of trying to understand where could this even go. Okay, that's the only thing I wanted to see. So this could be the top, but I don't like what I see here. I don't like this expanding of the Bollinger Bands. I think this is the top. If not, yeah, you see that wick? I'm expecting that this is the top. If not, this expansion is going to continue happening. What do you guys think? Should I go for a sell? Or shall I wait? Well, of course, the best case scenario, the price would come to the downside and place my trade to the upside. But I could place a sell trade here, even though I'm technically going to go against the trend, which is something I do not like to do. I do see 2 wicks. Important. Guys, come on, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know. Think. Don't need that anymore. I think that was it. That was the top, and we might continue a little bit to the downside, but this is going to continue like an upward trend, short trend. Okay. Now, of course, the RSI is not telling me overbought. You can clearly see that. Art will sell now. Ooh, I think we're kind of late to sell now. What do you guys think? Would have been a good sell entry point, right? But again, okay, I'm more confident about this one, even though my RSI, look at this, is not telling me overbought. It is not. But the reason I went sell is because every time we came close to the upper band to the downside, upper band to the downside, upper band to the downside, upper band, what does that tell you? I'm expecting to downside. Even though perhaps these 2 minutes is not enough exactly for this, because as you can see, we did touch the upper band, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to the downside. here, 1, 2, 3 minutes, then to the downside. The overall shift I'm expecting, it is going to continue to the downside. Nevertheless, yeah, that would have been nice. Nevertheless, ooh, look at that strong wick and then to the upside. All right, no worries, no worries. We need to keep looking for better entries. Still have time for this one. Trend to the upside. What does that tell me? Okay, I've seen that the price already touched the lower band, then to the upside, lower band to the upside. So yeah, the best case here would be touching the lower band. You'd open a buy trade, but until then, price is very strong. I believe I'm already late for this one. Oh, this one is moving on its own. Oh, that was nice. All right, I don't see a wick. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not see a wick, but I see resistance. Along with my RSI, it's already showing me overbought. I see resistance, clear resistance. I also see that we're coming from up, clearly moving to the downside. We are clearly in a downtrend. So I'm expecting that this was the top, and we're going to continue to the downside. Let's see. We have another 1 minute, 35 seconds on the clock. Let's see. Let's keep looking to see if we can find more opportunities until then. This is not exactly what I want. I do like this wick, but it's a green one. Oh, we already moved to the downside. Doesn't matter. I still think that we're going lower here. We'll see how that goes. Let's see what's going on with this one. Very close from our opening price, so it could go either way. We still have a very good chance for this one. This one is jumping to the upside, but I still think that we do have a chance to move to the downside. This one, the same. What is going on? We do have a strong. I need a red candle. I don't like this. This is where we lost our not first trade, but we did lose one of our trades here. But I do see a wick that is showing weakness. Or is it? Nobody knows. We still have some time for this one. I do see a wick here. RSI kind of overbought. Yeah. Undecided though. Don't know about that. 54 seconds, that's still good time. I think that was a successful trade. There we go. 45 seconds. I still think it's still enough time for this to move to the downside. Let's see. There we go. Come on. You know you're not going to break to the upside now. I don't see that confirmation breaking to the upside or making higher highs. But again, guys, you never know. Prices can be mysterious. All right, 17 seconds to go. It is holding very good to the upside. 10 seconds. Well, look at it drop now. Took you long enough to drop, but not enough. The drop is not enough. All right. I still think that it's going to move to the downside, but nevertheless, I think it just wasn't enough. Here you go, guys. That is the promo code that you have been expecting. Make sure you take advantage of it because it is a 100% deposit bonus. Look at that. Look at that. Look how it's moving to the downside. Like the prediction or the signs on the wall are there. It's just the timing. This is sometimes what is the challenge about the options. It's the timing. Take a look at this. Is moving to the downside. And I think that it's going to continue to go to the downside. Even though we are a little bit late, I mean, I should have opened a sell trade over here, but I think that is going to continue moving to the downside. Let's see. Oh, it's going opposite now. That's exactly what I've been expecting it to do. Until then, let's keep hunting. That was perfect entry right over here. Textbook entry. Ooh. Okay. Why is it okay? I hope it's not going to create a waterfall, because if it does, then it will invalidate what I would like to do, because the signals are no longer validated for this particular strategy. So I want to see a strong wick to the upside, because I already see 1, 2, 3, which, and coming from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red candles in a row, I don't know. It's not the same as this one where you see red, green, red, green, red, green. This is red. So let's see. If we see a green one turn bullish, see that? 37 seconds on the clock. What is going on with this one? Wow. Okay. Okay. Clearly went the opposite direction. Where's the other one? There we go. Oh, there we go. I mean, I want to go long, but if this one comes all the way up here, there's no point for me to go long anymore, right? But clearly, this looks like the bottom, and the trend might continue to the upside. You see that? We might see something like this, and if it does, I'm going to open a buy trade. Not the perfect entry, to be honest, but the overall trend is to the upside. We've already hit the bottom over here. Not the perfect entry. Perfect entry would have been somewhere around here. Now I'd like to say somewhere around here. So let's keep looking. Ooh, I don't know about this one. I'm gonna hit a buy. I love this green wick. This is green. It's not red, and that is what I like about it. If it was red, mixed signals, but because it's green, it's showing me that the bulls may be trying to take over. But remember, it's for a short period of time when I say the bulls are trying to take over, because the overall trend seems to the downside. Not a very strong trend, but again, it's pulling to the downside. And remember, I told you guys, I don't like to trade against the trend, but I also need some good opportunities in the market. 59 seconds on the clock, very close to the opening side, the opening price. If we go a little bit lower, I might open another buy trade here, because I still think we're going to go higher. I'm just preparing myself. I'm not doubling my investments. There is no martingale over here, guys. All right, there we go. Um, I think the downtrend is clearly pushing to the downside. Look at that. Look at that. Invalidated everything. Clear downtrend. Very close to my opening price over here. 1 minute 20 seconds on the clock. 15 seconds over here, and I still see wicks. RSI is already showing me oversold, but I think the trend is what kills it. Look at that. This is what I didn't like. So many red candles. Then we see a green bullish candle, giving you that signal that, you know what, shift is changing. But then again, boom, boom. It's like a double slap. Markets can be cruel, guys. Things are not going exactly as I expected them to go. I did lose $250. Kisu Kim. See the expansion over here? I don't like it. It's okay. Same can be said here. I don't see some very good entry points. Okay. Okay, I like this one. I do like this one. Look at this. See that? If you had opened a buy trade here, even here, you would have made profit. This would have fooled us because if you had opened a sell trade here, 1, 2, it would have closed right over here, very close to your opening price. Sell trade here. All right. Now I'm going sell. From an uptrend, peak, and then kind of a small downtrend. I don't know if this is a downtrend or a pullback for a bigger impulsive move to the upside. But I think, look at this. You see that strong red wick, then to the downside. Pullback, then this could be very well come down and retest this zone over here that you see here. So this could be a good trade. Let's see. Ooh, look at this strong uptrend. If I were going to place a trade here, I'll wait for this to touch at least my middle line over here so I can buy a buy trade. Because why? I want to go with the trend. So if it at least moves to the downside, comes at least to this middle line over here, I'd open a buy trade. Why? Because we are clearly in an uptrend. Come on. There we go. I think I got a good entry point. I disregarded the RSI because we are in an uptrend. So let's see if it's just a retest and then to the upside. And it's not going to happen like what happened here, where we broke this line, tested the lower line, and then moved to the upside. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, green candle. All right. Okay. Oh, wow. It looks like, okay, it's very close. It's close. I know the overall trend is to the upside, so eventually I know it's going to go higher. Let's see what it will decide. This one is uncertain. So let's keep looking around. I do like what I see here. All right. I'm expecting that it's going to bounce from this zone over here, like just like it did here, just like it did here. And just like it did, I would say over here, and then it went through it. This was successful, excellent. You see, look at that big bounce, boom, to the upside, because we are in an uptrend. All right. Okay. Is it going to show me that wick? Guys, if you're interested, promo code, I'm sharing it with you one more time. It's on the screen. If you want to make a deposit, feel free to take advantage of it because that is 100% deposit bonus. Guys, take a look at that wick. Oh, Eddie says, I just lost $500 following your trade now. Eddie, I never said to follow my trade. Guys, I always give you information, education, and I always suggest use your practice account. Very, very important. Don't ever copy anyone. I've said this many times. So again, guys, it's not a very smart move to copy me exactly what I'm doing live. It's very important, guys. You do have a practice account to take advantage of it. Therefore, if you see it works for you and you're confident enough, then you move on to the real account because I've said it many times. What works for me may not work for you, may not work for somebody else, but may work for somebody else. That is why it's very important to experiment with it. And that is why we also have the practice account to take advantage of it. Guys, 2 trades in a row seems like they're going exactly as I'm expecting them to go. The bounce that I've said over here, just like I expected the bounce that happened here and here as well. This one is moving just like I'm expecting it to go. Nevertheless, I believe that we're overall down. You can see how many unsuccessful trades we have and how many successful trades. Therefore, I am not going to revenge trade. I am not going to be looking, to how to say it, to try to well, yeah, you can say revenge trade, or to try to bring back the same amount that I started with, because that is when you let your emotions take over. If the trade is, or if the trading session is not going as you're expecting it to go, remember, guys, take the loss. There's always another day. There's always another opportunities for you in the markets. And again, guys, remember, I'm trading with $20 per trade. Eddie, I'm so sorry to hear that you lost $500, but I don't know how you're investing those $500. And it's very important to always take into consideration money management and risk management. And I've shared videos about those in the library. So make sure, if you're interested, to make sure you watch them so you don't end up trading with emotions. So let's keep going to see if we can find another good entry points. All right, I clicked the buy here because I see a support. Clearly, you can see here support line, support, 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 broke then to the upside. So resistance over here. So there's a lot of support here in this particular area. So the chances that this might bounce to the upside, or at least, close above my opening price, is quite high. And that is the reason why I opened a buy trade over here. So, of course, the other thing is, of course, we are testing the lower band over here. We do see a pierce, we do see a wick. So another good confirmation for me to go on the buy side. My RSI was at 40%, even though, like I said, at least 35%. But again, we can't always expect to have everything aligned in a puzzle like 100%, because those opportunities might come, but they're more rare, if you'd like to say it this way. But of course, it's up to you how you would like to trade it. So if you're a person who likes to, be 100% right on the line with everything aligning, with every single puzzle to hit, Of course, be my guest. If that brings you more confidence, if that brings you even better results, stay on the strategy that works best for you. Everything else is noise. Don't let anyone tell you um, how to trade exactly. Learn what everybody says, put it to the test, and then you decide how you would like to trade. But of course, guys, there's a lot more experienced traders out there who know money management and risk management, and that is why they always follow them not to blow their account. Look at this. Beautiful option to the downside. We caught this opportunity right over here. That was perfect. 6%. And of course, you can't go against the trend, guys. It'll be quite silly. This is going exactly as I'm expecting it to go. Excellent trade here. Let's see if this will give us an opportunity to open a sell trade. My RSI is building up to the upside. This is trying to come and test the upper band. I do not see any pierce yet. I did see some piercing here and here. Doesn't mean that history will repeat itself. But of course, there's a saying that says history may not repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. All right, I open a sell trade, even though that this is not over yet. The candle didn't close yet, but I'm quite confident that we are going to move to the downside. Of course, nothing is set in stone, but I do see a resemblance right over here and right over here. So I'm hoping it's going to happen for me one more time here. $20 is my investment. I see the wick. Things are going as exactly as I wanted it to go, to be honest. Love the wick over here. It did pierce the upper band. In 5 seconds, this is going to close as red, which is another perfect confirmation. I still think that this is a good opening trade. Let's see. 88%. All right. All right. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. I open my buy trade here because I think it is the same exact. Yeah. Wait. Support, 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 support. I would like to say support, support. Okay. This is very interesting. Let's see. 92%. Still have 1 minute and 27 seconds on the clock. Very close to my opening price. Looks like we are heading lower, but I still think that. Did it break that support line? Yeah. I don't like the fact that it's piercing a lot in that lower band. See that? That's a strong, strong red candle. How are we doing here overall? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winning trades in a row, which I think is just I'm gonna have a loss on this on the sixth one. But let's see. I do like the wick. I do like the wick. Mm-mm. Should have opened it a little bit earlier, to be honest. A little bit earlier, I should have opened it. All right, now if things close as they are now, my $40 investment would either return me 38.40 or zero. So 38.40, of course, is a lot better because that means that I will only be losing $1.60. So a lot better than losing $40, right? All right, looks like it's bouncing. Looks like it's bouncing. Yep, here we go. Till then, look at that. Look at that. That would have been a good entry. Beautiful. Test and boom. Still holding up. That's good. Nope. Ooh, I think that's a good sell entry. See that? Okay. I went short here. Open a sell trade because I know that we have a resistance over here. Clear as day. Strong red wicks, which is the color that I want for a sell trade. And of course, we do have some kind of range from here to here. Let's see if things are going to respect and it's going to keep going to the downside. Um, so how many, okay, how many trades are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 trades. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades. Wow. Look at that. There is no way I would have predicted this. Why? Take a look at this. Look at this higher high, I'd like to say. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high over here, lower high. And this looks like it just retested the lower high like nothing. And if I would have done open the same sell trade anywhere before, I would have killed it. And when I say killed it, I mean I would have made a profit. But this one decided, nope, I'm just gonna go do exactly the opposite. Clearly, you can't go against this now. RSI is at minus 44. Do see a wick. It didn't test exactly that band, the lower band, but I do see this, which is a sign of exhaustion. So we could pull to the upside. It's close to the lower band. Last time we tested this lower band and then boom to the upside. So close. Look at this. Down, down, down. If I open a sell trade here, it will go to the upside. He just decided to break through it, and I don't see a wick here. Not a perfect scenario, right? $40, looking good. I open a buy trade here because tested upside. We did break it here, then we broke it to the upside, but then tested upside, tested upside, tested upside, tested. Chances are is upside. Oh, now it decided to go lower. Now it decided to go lower. It's all about the timing, guys. Yep, great. Another successful trade. All right, guys. I do not want to push the limits. You know me, I do not trade. I do not do revenge trading. We are close to the lower band, and I like that. Every time we tested this lower band, we never close the candle below it, and you can see that. Now, if it's still going to go a little bit lower, yes, there is a possibility. Let's see how this one, not my zoom doesn't, oh, yeah, there we go. Let's see if it's going to continue to go to the downside or move to the upside. I still think it's going to move to the upside. Nice upward trend. What is going on here? Ooh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This one is the kind of a nerve wracking, I would like to say, because we're very close to the opening price. So it could go either way for now, unless we have some volatility, we have some movement, and the price, of course, decides where it wants to go. All right, let's see. 1 minute on the clock. All right, that was successful. Excellent. Do not leave me with that green wick, because I know that the overall trend is to the upside. I know that it needs to go to the upside, but no, I don't want to see a red wick. Come on. I guess down it is. But that's okay, because I still know that this is going to move to the upside. It's just the timing. It's all about the timing, guys. I'm confident enough. I am confident enough. That is why I'm placing my trading. If it goes even lower, I'm going to open another trade. This is not revenge trading. It's just that I know it's going to. Okay, come on, test it. No, test it. Let's see. Yeah, better. Come on, I wanted at least to test it so I can open one last trade. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Wow, so close, eh? One minute left. Looks good for now. %92 return. If it goes exactly as we want it to go. Creating another red wick. Wow. It's like it's telling me, you know what? It wants to fully get exhausted here and then boom to the upside. But I'm ready for my one last. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. All right, that's it, guys. Last trade of the day. Whether we are going to make a profit or a loss, it doesn't matter, guys, because this is it for now. So, as you can see, it wasn't the perfect trading session. The trades didn't go exactly as we expected them to go. But we did, I believe, racked up some losses, but I don't think they were quite huge. Let's see. $16. I'm down $16. Possible. which is not it's not the end of the world, right? But again, trading part of trading is knowing that yes, there is a chance to make losses, and yes, there is a chance to make profits. Very important though, even if you make a small amount of loss, it's still a big deal. Still take that win, close your platform, go outside, go be with your family, take that win, because psychologically that's going to make you feel a lot better. And this, what I don't like now, it started to showing me that this is a waterfall, steps, whatever you want to call that, and for this now to turn to the upside. The thing is that you won't know exactly when that's going to happen. That's the problem when you see something like this, too many red candles in a row. Clearly this seems to be like another loss over here. We are at minus $16 plus another 20. I would say another minus $36. Yeah, so I'm down minus 36, minus $37, guys. That is okay given the circumstances that I've traded with around $400. So minus 37, minus $40 a day in today's session is still part of the risk management. I did not lose a whole portion of it. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Guys, if you did, I'd very much appreciate if you leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. And I'd love to see you once again on the next trading session, which is going to be next Sunday, same time. I'm going to check one last question. Artwell says, thank you, Georgino. I'd always needed to know more about the Bollinger Bands. This tough session is much appreciated. It is my pleasure, Artwell. If you like the Bollinger Bands, I believe in my previous video, if not the previous one, the one before that, I did also trade with the Bollinger Bands. Take a look at that, because I think I did walk out with profits. I did make a profit on that trading session. So make sure you watch that as well. And like I always say, you have the practice account, take advantage of it. It's there for a reason. You do not trade with real funds until you're confident enough, you have a strategy, and you're ready to test the waters. Always keep in mind risk and money management, so you never blow your account just like that, because that's going to be very, very disappointing and might even discourage you completely from trading ever again. So trading is about both sides, winning and losing. The whole point is finding a strategy that works for you, keeping in the back of the mind risk and money management, and consistency. Consistency is key. Thank you very much for joining again this session, guys. I'm going to share with you once again the promo code, and hope you have a lovely day ahead. And I'll see you on the next one.